This snowmobile, Polaris 20, Polaris 2023, 2024, I think. 550 Voyager LXT. It's a 2023 model. My sister drove without barely gas in it, and then it couldn't start. It didn't start for, I don't know, it stopped riding because my sister drove with an empty tank and there was no gas in the fuel line. So at springtime I couldn't use it, but I managed to get it going fine, and the only problem was the fuel line. I just when you have a situation like this, you just squirt some fuel in this line. This is the fuel line to the carburetor. This is a carbureted 2-stroke, oil injected. It takes carburetors, 2 carburetors. Yeah, I just put it some fuel right here. Squirted fuel in here, because this is the fuel line to the fuel tank. And it was dry, bone dry right here, the fuel line. When you drive with a empty gas tank, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have dry lines, so you gotta probably breathe it in or suck it in or whatever you want to do. That's how I started the snowmobile. I just put out some fuel line. I took this out, this one, the air cover, air, whatever it is, air intake cover. There's 2 carburetors there. I took this thing out, and I used the starter fluid, and I sprayed it in there. I turned on the key, and then it started. Last time I couldn't even start because the lines were dry. So I just used starting fluid inside those carburetors, sprayed it in there, then finally starts now. Never ever drive in an empty tank. And I just charged up the battery too over there. There's a battery over there. It's a 12-volt battery. I use those little chargers, those little tinkling chargers, whatever, maintainer. I charged up that battery just now. I put it back on. It only takes one night to charge it, the battery. Put it back on. Now this thing's ready to roll. It's back on. Just yeah, never drive with an empty tank, even for bigger engines too, like trucks and all that. Yeah, it goes for, this teaching goes for all engines. We'll show it off that it starts. But the other issue with this one, this is a new snowmobile. The light bulb doesn't work to this snowmobile Polaris. You really need to get your stuff together, because I really need the snowmobile to get some fire logs. We only use fire logs here. All these houses, they have chimneys. And I built those houses too. I was a carpenter. Yeah, Polaris, you really need to get it together. At least give us 10 years. 10 years for each little part to last. I hope they last 10 years like a light bulb. It needs to last 10 years. The engine too, every little part. The light bulbs don't work, and I think the dash doesn't work anymore too. This is a brand new snowmobile. There's just some issues. There's just issues with the snowmobile. It's brand new too. But anyways, here's the snowmobile. Just one crank. The dash came back on. That's good. Yeah, the light bulb barely works. Yeah. I guess the dash works again now. And the light bulbs, I replaced them just last spring and they blew up again. Now there's no lights again. Because it's really important for us to have lights, like we get our fire logs to warm our children, and a remote reservation. We need our horses, we need our snowmobiles, so we could get our fire logs and keep our kids warm, our houses warm. That's why we need our snowmobiles to work. We need our lights. We need our snowmobiles to last 10 years, over 10 years. No maintenance, no nothing. 10 years. But maintenance is important though. You need oil, of course, if you have a 4-stroke. It's important for maintenance, little maintenance. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.